Jamaal Reacts, back with another episode of Jamaal Reacts, and this is a very interesting video that I'm just going to be commenting on. This was a 2026, January 14 to be exactly. This was a hearing for the U.S. Senate for the Help Committee, and they were talking about protecting women and exposing the dangers of chemical abortion drugs. And I want you to listen how this Dr. Nisha Verma just danced around this question. It was quite impressive. Just Texas two-step. She just would not answer the question. I want y'all to listen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going.
I hesitated because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going. Now, that by itself doesn't sound so inflammatory necessarily, because you might be thinking, I've done it in my life. Somebody asked me a question, what are you trying to get at? So I understand the idea of like probing questions. Where is this going? What's your goal? I ask those kind of questions all the time. But this was the second time she was asked a question. Like Senator Moody, before Senator Hawley asked her this exact same question. And she, lady, answered the question. This is a very, very simple question.
Or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
This is where we are in America. This is where we are in America. We are a city without walls. I don't know what Bible verse that is. One of y'all can drop it in the comments. I'm not even super religious. But the point is the truth. Metaphorically, that scripture was correct. This is where we are in America. Literally, you can't answer a question that's a serious yes or no answer because you deal with people with different identities. Okay, you know what? Fine. It's 2026. Directly speaking, what a person identifies as doesn't touch my steps. Cool. You can answer a question as simple as, can a man get pregnant? But you can't answer that question if you're trying to protect something that isn't objectively true. That's the truth about it. So she couldn't answer the question, which is ridiculous.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Science and evidence should control, not politics. Science and evidence should control, not politics. Politics is what I want to get accomplished regardless what the truth is. Politics is people are aligning themselves even against the truth because they have an agenda. Science and evidence is what it is. There are two sexes. One can impregnate the other. One can get impregnated. It's not that hard. But when you have people who identify as different things, then you get into these ambiguous conversations and long drawn explanations. And as a medical doctor, she shouldn't even, come on, you protecting your patients and all that. This is just ridiculous. But let's keep going.
So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
Many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
let me just.
Is this really a hard question to ask? I mean, is this really a hard question to answer, y'all? This is not a hard question to answer. I take care of many women that can get pregnant. That's not an answer to the question. Can men get pregnant? It's a very simple question. It's just ridiculous. This is, now I found some information. This is academyhealth.org about people, Dr. Nisha Verma. Pretty woman, well-credentialed woman. Nisha Verma, MD, MPH, Senior Advisor, Reproductive Health Policy and Advocacy, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. She is board certified. This woman is literally a board certified senior advisor And the crazy thing is, this is a basic question about reproduction. She's supposed to be a guru about reproduction. So to watch somebody who's supposed to be a guru about reproduction dance around the question, it's like, come on, man. What are you doing? But again, this is what happens when you allow everybody's opinion to be as on equal footing as the truth. This is ridiculous. Like, come on, man. I
Let me just remind you, you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So, can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor.
She tried to flip it on him. I think yes or no questions are political tools. Now you're trying to throw this. This is the classic human deflection game. Let me throw this back at you because you're trying to create it. It's not me, it's you. Like this is elementary school level jargon. She's trying to create an issue. You're trying to play a political game. He said, this is about the truth. You just said yourself, doctor, science and evidence is what we should use, not politicalness. That wasn't the correct wording, but you get what I'm saying. You just said this. So he put that on her and she tried to throw it back. This is a political tool. It's not a political tool, man. A woman of your ilk, of your stature, of your level of knowledge should be able to answer this question in 1 second. No. But she can't do that because there's some other agenda she's trying to serve.
Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert, and you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor.
And I think that's the more dangerous part about it. I'm not going to keep going on and on. It's self-explanatory and on some level, obviously. But you're a doctor. You serve real people. You're supposed to have real solutions for people. But if you're letting people come to you and distort the truth because of how they feel, then what was the point of really becoming a board-certified doctor? You can sit and talk to anybody and let them tell you how they feel and come up with some jargon that makes everybody feel good. This is ridiculous. But this is what happens when you allow people and their different opinions on everything. And, I wasn't who I was. That's not who I was. Just because you're born with this, that's not who you are. Sure. That sounds very good. This is the classic example of us as people being educated enough and intelligent enough that we could spin any truth into what we think it is. Oh, no, it's that. It's not that. It's this. It's like, no, it is exactly what it says. You were born a certain way. That was not a mistake. You can feel how you want. I'm human. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't. It doesn't change the biological realities. I just jump in the comments. Tell me what you think. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen this. Tell me if you agree or disagree with anything I've said. But come on. Shout out to Senator Josh Hawley. You will see me do more videos about him talking to other people because some of these people just tap dance, man. All right. Peace.